All right, breaking down some of Rafa Mendes' movements during his rolling at his academy. He kicks out of the De La Riva, redirects multiple times to set up the leg drag, and then stacks his opponent. He keeps them stacked to keep them in poor alignment, and starts setting up attack in the back. His opponent reacts well regarding, and it forces Rafa to start the whole passing process over again. So if we look at it again, Rafa kicks out of the De La Riva guard. Rafa does this all the time. He steps off to the side and then he starts redirecting, and he's going to be bringing his left arm over to switch. From here, he's using his forearm and elbow to drive forward, accessing his opponent's leg as a lever so that he can drive them up onto their shoulder blades. He's also got his left knee pinning the other leg, so he's accessing both levers to the hip. His opponent Grambies. Rafa controls the hips by controlling both levers still, so with his one arm on the left leg and with his leg stapling the right leg. After trying to pull his opponent out of base, Rafa's going to drop his body weight behind his opponent's hips. So now he's accessing his opponent's spine as a lever, preventing his opponent from being able to drop his lower back to the mat, and forcing his opponent to continue rolling over top of his right shoulder in a back roll. His opponent's immediately going to generate base by planting his left foot in the mat and driving his hips into Rafa, continuing the Granby motion. As Rafa is moving, it's going to cause him to fall down to his right elbow and prevent him from taking the back, but he's going to immediately transition to redirecting the legs off to the side and continuing a leg drag motion. His opponent's going to do a good job framing with his left arm, bringing his left knee in front and adjusting his hips to recompose his guard. Rafa controls the knee and redirects once again, so now his opponent's legs are past Rafa, not framing out, managing the range. His opponent completes a high leg motion to reestablish frames, and his left leg is blocking Rafa from being able to go around to the other side. Now his opponent makes a mistake here by withdrawing his own leg. What this does is it allows Rafa to access the leg once again as a lever and move around to the side in which that left leg was originally blocking. His opponent turtles. Once again, Rafa stacks him. This time, Rafa was able to pull him out of base and then immediately attack the back. So from here in this position, Rafa has base generated with both his feet planted, and he's creating a pulling motion, accessing his opponent's spine basically as a lever at the hips to pull him flat. As his opponent builds back to base, there's going to be a gap between his elbow and knee. At this time, Rafa is going to take his knee and wedge it into that space to start attacking the back. And one, he's going to have chest to back connection, and two, he's going to access his opponent's left leg as a lever to internally rotate the hip to pull him off to the side. Rafa then establishes his left hook, secure in the back position. Rafa's going to establish his second hook by threading his right leg in. He's going to do a really cool switch of his legs here. He's going to take his right hook out again just to adjust his hip angle, and his opponent's going to reach down with his right arm and try and block that hook from coming back in. Watch the leg switch that he does to trap the arm. So as his opponent reaches down with the right arm, he adjusts his hips and brings his left leg over top to catch the end of the lever, switches it to his right leg. Now he's trapped the arm. He's not actually going to keep this control, but it's going to help him set up a strong motorcycle grip and adjust his angle. Rafa brings his right leg to trap the right arm of his opponent and crosses his ankles, sets up the lapel choke. He's got the left arm with a motorcycle grip accessing the wrist, and he's flaring his opponent's elbow, affecting his structure. Here he's got his right leg over top, trapping up at the wrist, accessing the end of the lever, trapping both arms now. And he's got a good grip on the lapel, bringing it up to choke his opponent. Okay, you're going to see Rafa do the exact same setup, kicking out of the De La Riva guard, redirecting and attacking the Granby. Rafa does this motion so often. So let's look at it one more time from a better angle now. Rafa kicks his right leg off to the side. So the De La Riva hook would have blocked him from being able to move to his right. So he kicks his leg out to his left. And then look how he redirects, and now framing with his right arm locked out, he's accessing the leg as a lever, and then switches to getting his forearm once again behind the leg so that he can drive his opponent up, stacking him. This is denying his opponent meaningful base, as well as breaking his posture. Rafa's going to reposition his left arm to access the very end of the lever by pushing down on the ankle and still using his other leg to staple the ankles while he's controlling the pants so that he's limiting any hip mobility that his opponent has to potentially complete a full Granby through and unwind the control. This is a great way of how to deal with flexible guys that just invert on you. Just pin the levers to the mat to limit their movement. Here Rafa is looking to ride on top of this turtle position to start taking the back again. Pulls his opponent's center of gravity, hips out. Let's just look at that hip out motion again. As Rafa starts bringing his opponent's center of gravity starts shifting outside of his platform of base. And at this point, Rafa knows that this guy is falling down no matter what. His hips are connected, so he's going to back away and allow his opponent to fall to the ground rather than fall on top of him. Now Rafa is able to adjust the angle and start attacking. With Kimura control, Rafa is going to sit into an armbar control position, and as the opponent sits up, he's going to transition to the back. So this is what I love about the Kimura control. It allows us to easily transition from the armbar control to the back. From here, Rafa takes the leg off of his opponent's face and brings his knee and drives him in the back to bring him forward. As his opponent is no longer on top of him, Rafa then will move his grip around to the other side so that he can start attacking the choke or maintaining direct rotational control with a seatbelt or harness. As his opponent starts dropping up into him, Rafa is going to push his opponent's weight off to the side and reset to the armbar control position. And he's going to thread his left leg through for triangle control. Because of the angle, he's not going to finish the triangle choke. He's going to access his opponent's hand to access the end of the lever to apply a shoulder lock similar to an Americano. So here we can see this mostly naked guy applying the same shoulder lock. The opponent's elbow is braced on the right side of the body, and he's accessing the end of the lever, pulling it out to externally rotate the shoulder. If you guys like this video, please like and subscribe. I will be putting up videos like this more often now on a weekly basis.